Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is DaReal, and we are here with some NBA 2K Mobile, and we are back with another episode of Worth the Hype, where we feature the newest event reward players, break down their stats, and go over some builds and show off some gameplay. That way you can see if these players are worth the hype. This week we are featuring Cosmic Jasper, Intimidators team, Charles Oakley. We are featuring the Plasma Quartz, Dejounte Murray, and last but not least, the Chaos Diamond, Jimmy Butler. Dejounte Murray is a point guard for the Atlanta Hawks. He has a 5 in agility, 5 in mid-range, 5 in playmaking, 5 in defending. I think he's an underrated point guard for his defense. What we did was take our legendary shoes for the Atlanta Hawks. They're called the Curry 2s, and this was able to bring up his mid-range from a 5 to a 7, his playmaking from a 5 to a 7, and his three-point shot went up from a 4 to a 6. You will also see some gameplay featured in the background for Allen Iverson. We took the Shaq Attack 4s. These are rare shoes, so they're very easy to get. Brings up his layups and dunks from a 4 to a 6, three-point shot from a 4 to a 5. Aside from that, Iverson has a 5 in shoot-off dribble, agility, playmaking, and defending, along with mid-range shooting. It's definitely a bucket. Jimmy Butler, we are using the Curry 1 sneakers for the Chicago Bulls. This is not a Heat Jimmy Butler. This is a Bulls version. He has a 5 in shoot-off dribble, 5 in mid-range, and a 5 in defending. Curry 1s were able to bring up his playmaking from a 4 to a 6. And I also had a Jimmy Butler mentor that I created, which brought up his mid-range from a 5 to a 7. And it also brought up his agility from a 4 to a 6. Kenny Martin was last week's Chaos Diamond reward, 5 in strength, rebounding, layups, and dunks. I featured him a couple times during the week, so if you want to see last week's Worth the Hype video, for Kenny Martin, we added on the rare shoes called the Harden Volume 4s. Again, another pair of shoes that are easy to get. This brings up his layups and dunks from a 5 to a 7, and it gives him a three-point shot, bringing it up from a 3 to a 5. And last but not least, we got the Knicks Nation, Charles Oakley, who has a 5 in mid-range, a 5 in rebounding, a 5 in strength, and a 5 in defending. What we did is add on the LeBron 17 Epic shoes. This allows us to max out his mid-range from a 5 to a 7. And we had a Nikola Jokic mentor that we made that brought up his rebounding from a 5 to a 7 and his post scoring from a 3 to a 4. Now, as far as the best gear that you can use for Jimmy Butler, I'm gonna throw on some legendary shoes on the screen. Without the right build, Jimmy Butler will be pretty slow. So you gotta boost up either his agility or his playmaking. But you also gotta bring up his scoring stats, right? His layups and dunks is only a 4, and his three-point shot is only a 4. So you gotta bring up all 4 of those stats if you could. So I think a good shoe for Jimmy Butler will be the Air Jordan 31 lows. First stat is a +2 to layups and dunks. And the third stat is a +2 to playmaking. If you do get lucky, the second stat could be either three-point shot, agility, or shoot-off dribble. Second set of shoes will be the Curry 2s. These are the ones I'm using with Dejounte Murray. He's a +2 to mid-range as the first stat. Third stat is a +2 to three-point shot. And if you get lucky, you get either +2 to defense, agility, or playmaking for the second stat. Next set of shoes is the Crazy Explosive lows. First stat is a +2 to mid-range. And the third stat is a +2 to playmaking. If you get lucky, you get a boost to defense, strength, or rebounding, which is not necessarily important for Jimmy Butler, but those other 2 stats are very important. The Air Jordan 13s are pretty good as well. They give you a +2 to three-point shot, with the third stat being a +2 to defense that will allow Jimmy to have 7 in defense. And the second stat is either a +2 to mid-range, playmaking, and hopefully you don't get that second row for defense. Because Jimmy won't need a +4. So in order to really maximize Jimmy Butler, you gotta have that right gear, because you can see he can be pretty good with the mid-range. He has a good fadeaway. He has decent dribbling. He can hit the three-point shot, but he's not explosive in any category. He's not dominant in one attribute. Aside from the defense, he's not dominant in his scoring. So you have to boost those categories up in order to make him more elite, like the other small forwards like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Clyde Drexler, Larry Bird, Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins. Those are all like the elite small forwards. So Jimmy Butler could be on that level with the right build. And as far as Dejounte Murray and Charles Oakley was always known for being a great rebounder, and he is definitely that. And Dejounte Murray is a great defender. His release is a little bit weird in the game. It is a slow wind-up release. But once you get the timing down on his shot, it's pretty reliable. He can hit the top of the key 3. He can hit the mid-range. Most importantly, again, I think he's a really good defender, especially for head-to-head. All right, so let me know if y'all enjoyed this new format to the Worth the Hype video. I try to make it more like a comprehensive, complete guide, so that you can be able to use these players after events and use them in head-to-head, tourneys, and all that good stuff. As always, I appreciate all the support everyone's been showing on the channel. We got a new theme dropping on Monday. So that should definitely be exciting. There will be new pack openings as well. So stay tuned in for that. As always, I appreciate the support. I will catch everybody in the next video. Peace out.